You want to know what's going on in your dirt sports world? Whether it's 4 wheels, 2 wheels, Dirt Sports World's got you covered. From the dirt to the dunes, we bring you the latest action in racing, to lifestyle, the newest parts, the newest vehicles, and what the superstars of off-road are up to. Check out our social media for up-to-date information on Instagram, Facebook, Dirt Sports World, and more in depth. And check out the magazine at www.dirtsportsworld.com. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Dirt Sports World, for some great videos. So make sure to follow us and come get dirty with us.
I told y'all, we got the game on lock. Crank Lucas the rap deucer. Team Real Racing. Y'all already know we won. Off-road racing, quickest in the desert. To the finish line, passing through the checkers. It's Team Real, we just much better. When we on the track, we apply that pressure. People lined up screaming from the sideline. When they see the UT class fly by, or they see me in the truck doing drive-bys. In the Parker Dam or in the Baja. Every time you see me rolling through inside a buggy, and I'm counting up the money cause I came to multiply it. Put your 1200 horsepower in the motor, you don't really want to race me, I dare you to try it. Started up the engine, now my wheels on fire. Zooming through the track while I'm running up the rubber. Better get them slow waves out of my water. You don't want to see the shark or there's a crusher. It's Team Real, y'all know what the biz. Crank Lucas and I'm spinning on the wheel. Doing 160, pass you so fast when the wind hits your body, get the chills. Telling everybody they can eat my dust, but I guarantee you won't beat my best. Popping champagne when I'm at the finish line and I'm holding up the trophy and I beat my chest. What first place look like it's me? I don't do 2s and I never met a 3. People know the Team Real logo when I'm running through the desert and I'm running all through the streets. Never have to cap my race game tight. My vehicles can go all night. Foot up on the gas, I can never brake right because I'm allergic to all the red lights. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they got a race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit a motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubber. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they got a race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit a motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubber.
so much to look forward to, including crowning our very first short course National Series World Champion. First up, it's the three-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. Barry getting quite comfortable in victory lane. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. Matt Adams is winner 22. He does it in the signature Propellers Long Beach Surfside Showdown. Keaton Swain not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish.
He finally got it. Swain, pop the champagne, baby.
And while Luke Canuck's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Her first win in the National Series through Calamity Corner. Crystal King gets it done. It all comes down to this, with just two main events left in the iRacing Short Course National Series Pro 2 Series presented by CBR. Just 6 points separate three drivers, and we're better to crown champion than the Big House. Welcome along to the Crandon International Raceway and to the RaceSpotTV broadcast booth. My name is Arjuna Kankipati, joined alongside by the voice of off-road. And Dave, we are going to dive into the storylines aplenty, but before we do that, we've got some interviews with those top three drivers preparing, and so let's not dilly-dally. Let's bring in our championship leader, looking to try and grab another championship after winning in the Pro 4s earlier this season. We're now joined by Connor Barry. And Connor, 6 points separate three drivers. What's your mindset heading into this round of the championship?
The mindset's to go out there and win. Our speed's good, so just gonna go out there and try our best and try to win it, and hopefully we come out on top.
What does the land rush start 10 wide due to that sort of process of going and fighting for that championship tonight mean? How is that going to change the racing?
I think it makes it tough out there. The start is always going to be hard, and it's hard to not spin. So it's going to be the biggest factor. That so just going to have to try and get a good start, and hopefully we can get out front.
Best of luck tonight, Connor, and we'll be talking to you, I'm sure, plenty throughout the course of the evening. So from Connor Barry, let's go to second in the points. Dave Arnold standing by with Drake Mittag.
Drake, what an incredible season so far you've had. I mean, you kind of struggle. You jump up to the National Series, and now you're in the points contention. I mean, what's running through your mind?
Everything, There's so much that's about to happen. The land rush to somebody making a crucial pass, that wins in the championship. There's a lot that's about to happen in this race, and I think it's gonna be pretty exciting. Hopefully, very exciting for me. If not, then on to the next season.
Well, I know Arjuna just asked this question of Connor Barry, but the land rush, so many things could happen. You mentioned it. I mean, what is your mindset with this land rush? I mean, is it just go for it, or all right, let's just kind of survive it here?
It's so hard. You want to go as fast as possible and be at the start at the front, get the best start. But if it's not in the books, then there's nothing wrong with backing out, once you get close to the corner. If you can, if you have this gut feeling that you're about to get absolutely smoked, back off and live to, fight another lap.
Well, that's a good attitude to have right there. I got to say, Drake, good luck to you tonight. The battle's on, buddy.
Thank you.
And I believe Arjuna is going to be standing by with our Josh Edmondson, third in points.
And only 6 points back. He's practicing. You can see him driving in virtual reality. And Josh, we know you love the Pro 2s. I'll ask you the same thing I asked Connor. What's the mindset going into tonight?
Oh, man, be up front. Obviously, for the championship, I have to beat Connor and Drake. I think I even need other trucks to finish in between Connor and I. So I really need to get good qualifying, good starts, and be up front. I can't afford to be caught up in any mid-pack anything. So that's the plan.
And tell me, what exactly makes these Pro 2s your favorite of the top-level machines here in iRacing short course? The Pro 4s, they may fancy a lot of people, but you really enjoy these Pro 2 cars instead.
Oh, yeah. The Pro 2s, in my opinion, are the best vehicle on all iRacing for anything. Road racing, dirt oval, off-road obviously is my favorite, but they're just the most fun vehicle to drive. They're very rewarding because it's technical, it's very challenging. You need a lot of throttle control and steering. So I just really enjoy that part of it. I feel like there's more separation between everybody, and you can pass easier. And yeah, it's just better racing, in my opinion.
Well, thanks for joining us, Josh. We'll let you go off and finish your practice.
Thank you.
Well, appreciate their time. And Dave, these Pro 2 machines, 900 odd horsepower, all going to the rear two wheels. And here at Crandon with their long sweeping corners, this is how that championship contenders points race lines up. 6 points, covers 3 drivers with 2 main events between us and the end of the season.
Yeah, it's incredible. Just looking at that spread there, 3 points back, Josh Edmondson from Matag. And I can see why he was saying he's got to get a couple drivers up in there. Some drivers that have been so close, but have had some unfortunate things happen in the last couple rounds that weren't able to battle up front. And I'm seeing some names right up in there, and especially Keaton Swain right now sitting up on top in qualifying.
And we'll keep our eye out for them trying to fight for their last little bit of championship standings in the Pro 2s, but also for the playoffs, the World Finals coming up in just a handful of weeks' time. There are 3 drivers yet to be locked in. Trenton Briley, Cody Vanderveer, and Dennis Mickelson. Those 3 drivers inside of the cut line. Matthew Lindy, Joey Herbie, and Christopher Plumley, albeit with Plumley not racing in the Pro 2s, the first 3 drivers outside that cut line. A quick talk about the team championship as well. It's still relatively close, Dave, at the top between Channel 199 and Factory Simsport. About 80 points between the 2 of them, I believe, heading into the closing rounds of this championship. And that will be another talking point for us. They're 2 of the stronger teams here in the iRacing Short Course National Series.
Oh, I agree. These guys have been going toe-to-toe. You can see the drivers they have on the team, and it's just stacked with talent on both sides. So it's really going to come down to tonight and how everybody finishes. I mean, Crandon is unique, the land rush. We're not 2x2. We're not playing Noah's Ark here. We're going, who's going to thread the eye of the needle coming around that first turn there, the Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1.
And, you know, this is a series which has gone to Bark River early in the season, but since then, a couple of bull rings, a trip to Watkins Glen as well. It's nice to be back at familiar grounds, to say the very least. And the word is on the street, according to those in the know, potentially heading off to the final round of the World Finals, which will happen on December 10th. We very well could see an appearance from the long-awaited Wheatland, so we'll have to keep our eye out for that. This, though, a corner which I think is where we'll see plenty of action. Calamity Corner, the final corner, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Calamity Corner does not disappoint. And we've seen so many championships won and lost in real life as well as in iRacing here. And it's like sometimes you got to throw all your cards on the table and just go for it and put that thing on the inside and hope you can push somebody out of the way and do it cleanly.
A little bit harder to do in these Pro 2 machines, to say the least. There is a look at Connor Barry, who I believe is back home this round of the championship, or is he still sharing a room with a championship rival?
It's probably best they're in separate rooms at this point, especially coming down to it. You're going to be throwing gloves at each other.
Expected some slide jobs down here as well. The run to what I guess is technically turn 4, and then on the left-hand side of the shot, that's where the start is. The 10-wide formation funneling down here into, what's it called, Dave? Remind me?
It's the Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1. It is a mouthful, I know.
It is a mouthful, yes. And I just call it turn 5 with the opening corner on the race. But I do always love the creative names that some corners do get. Then you've got this long sweeper. This is where I remember in the Pro 4s, you would often see wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side, door banging going on. A lot more difficult to do in these Pro 2s, again, remembering just the power going to the rear. Qualifying, though, by the nature, Dave, of starting 10 wide, is not as important as it was previously this season.
Oh, I know. It's going to be tight out there. I tell you, those corners are going to be coming so tight with all these drivers going for it. I think they're going to pretty much not leave anything on the table at this point.
Big track evolution through the course of the 2 LCQs will send 16 drivers straight from qualifying into the main event. And only 4 more trucks advance from the 2 LCQs. And so we'll get the track evolution all the way through the end of main event 1. Reset the track surface often becomes a lot more, I don't know what the technical term is. Effectively, they go out and put a big blanket over the track and relayer it with dirt effectively. And so all of that wear, Dave, that we'd sort of built up until the end of the first main event gets washed away. And so it now is an opportunity for the setups to reset, but the drivers to reset as well.
Just had a little birdie tell me that they are in the same room.
Oh, are they?
Yes, they are. Talk about a battle right there. I mean, if you want to bring realism, put all these drivers in one room and let it all happen. Boy, I can imagine the stuff going. Does someone like kind of throw something, knock the cord out or something, you know, pull the power plug? Someone, oh, I'm sorry, I give you a dead outlet.
Well, I've had the privilege of being at my fair share of in-person sim racing events. One of the most memorable things that I have to share is good old Kevin Siggy, also sometimes known as the angriest man in all of sim racing, Dave. He was so irritated with his qualifying that he, somewhat lightly as well, he wasn't very strongly, smashed his head on the steering wheel in front of him to the point where he started bleeding. Now, it went on to set him up to go win the championship and a whole bunch of money that went along with it. His share was about $100,000. So, you know, not a bad day, but...
Oh, sign me up.
Exactly. Turns out he needed to activate the rage mode by smashing his head against the steering wheel. So, qualifying underway. 10 minutes are on the clock, and the drivers get 4 laps. Now, they're not going to need all 4 of them. They're not going to use them all in one blast. What they'll do is sometimes go out early, set their banker lap time, and then reset, see what everyone else is doing, and then go back out for their second and final run. We're watching Josh Edmondson, 6 points off the championship lead, and someone who, as I've called out on many an occasion, Dave, does really enjoy the Pro 2s.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like he says, he's a moto guy. He's used to 2 wheels. In his brain, you don't have front-wheel drive on a motorcycle, so probably laying that thing around, used to sliding around the corners, just more comfortable feel.
Setting up right now on what I believe is his out lap. Although, no, this is technically a timed attempt. That was a very scruffy turn 4, to say the least, which leads me to believe he's just warming himself up for the next lap. Although, correct me if I'm wrong here, Dave, that also doesn't look very fast heading in through the left-hander.
That looks like he's phoning that one in. Probably he's like, all right, I'm off the pace. I already made the mistake. Either that or he's actually, you know, okay, I laid down the fast time I can right now, which is not where he's going to want to be, obviously, sitting out deep in the field right now.
Still yet to put a benchmark in. I think that's part of it. So maybe burning lap 1 and warming the truck up effectively for lap number 2. This is something I've seen in road racing when teams go out and warm the car up, but not necessarily something I thought was important in trucks. And look how much he set up through that final corner and now sweeps through. Let's ride on board for a full lap around the 1.5 miles of the big house. Sweep out through turn 2, the right-hander, before a big yank of sometimes the hairpin, or the handbrake rather, although not in these trucks. That would be in a rallycross machine, which we've thrown around here on occasion on RaceSpotTV. Up and over into turn 4, and then you run down where they'll start the race off every single time, Dave.
Yeah, I love Cowboy's Corner, named after the legendary cowboy that used to run across and make sure all the drivers were ready. And I'll tell you, you'd think Calamity Corner is bad. Sometimes Cowboy's Corner can get tight and they could bunch them up there. But this is that Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1 there, where they come through and then off the Red Bull jump. They're going to slide around through the Ponzi Corner by Skybox here. And this is always a good spot. We've seen a lot of great moves coming into the gravel pit here. So Polaris Razor gravel pit is what's now called at the track. And it really, you can see the speed difference there. Where it really, you have to slide that thing around to bring it around 180 degrees.
And then set up for that final corner, keep it tight to the inside in qualifying. Does seem as though this is the first benchmark from Edmondson. So lap 1 of 4, so 1:17.9, so about 2.5 tenths off the pace right now, which has been laid down by Keaton Swain. Connor Barry's down in 7th. Where is Drake Mittag is the question, up in 5th. So here comes Barry back around to set up for his second run. He's already reset and heading out for another one of his outlaps. That is one actual point to keep in mind here, Dave. If they're going to reset after each lap, they've got to do a full outlap, which here is not insignificant. You can't afford to make any mistakes on a lap as well, damage the truck. And so there is a bit more pressure on qualifying, given that it's not necessarily the starting position that is so important, but there are a couple of points up for grabs in qualifying, which could make the difference as tight as it is at the top.
That's what I was just going to say. Edmondson and Mittag are the ones that are really going to come out swinging. And Connor Barry's also got to get those points, too, in his head. Because, you know, he's not that far back. Something goes wrong in turn number 1, and every point matters at this point. He gets shuffled back.
Here's a look on board with Connor, who could end up being inverted up into pole position, although we have an invert of 4. I'm just looking at iRacing to see, so that's not going to influence too much.
No.
Fourth effectively becomes first on the race start, but maybe actually somewhat important in that it's less bumpy on the inside. We'll maybe keep that in mind in a moment. Barry out wide through the final corner. I think that's the telltale sign. He's just setting up for what will be his next timed attempt as he sweeps and back out through the opening couple of corners. Look how calm he looks on the face. And remember here, Dave, he's not racing on the rig that he's traditionally accustomed to. He's, like we said, out sharing a room with Drake Mittag right now.
Yeah, that's something that, is, you know, it kind of throws him off, but I'm sure he put a little practice time getting used to that with a different monitor set up. And that really does play effect if you don't have that wrap around and you're used to it. You know, seeing your side views, you know, setting up for the corner, spotting your marks. That's huge because, you know, even though you're in a full containment, you know, seat in a race car normally, like he's got in his deal, seeing that extra corner out of your corner of your eye for your marks. It's all about hitting those marks.
And you saw him bail and reset. Clearly does not think that lap was on course to be good enough. Sean Winkler is in second, is currently locked into the World Finals, not by grabbing a victory, but by being second best in points. He's been very consistent through the year, to say the very least as well. This is his second run underway right now as he head up towards turn 3. Very gingerly trying get down low onto the power, rumble back up towards Cowboy Corner, and with just 3 minutes remaining, Keaton Swain might be done for the session. He did not improve on his final run, and so the benchmark that everyone's looking to beat, Dave, is 17.669.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be pretty close there. You see Winkler right now with a .865, so trying to better that. It's pretty close, but I'll tell you, Swain set up definitely a heater out there. There's with Nicky, I just saw him pop up on the board.
Yeah, it's a good time for him. 10th and a half off. Now, of our championship contenders, only Josh Edmondson is getting any points as things stand, and that's just a single point. So he will become just 5 points off of the championship leader unless there is some sort of late response from Barry, because Drake Mittag's already done and dusted for this qualifying session. We've got our eyes on the 58 as Edmondson sweeps down through turn 5 over the jump here, and you've got to be really careful, committed in the air.
Yeah, they're pitching these things, they're hucking them out, backing them in already. You know, it's something you see a lot in the Pro 4s, but the Pro 2s, they can back them in also. It's just, yeah, keeping that rear end from coming around too much, because these guys literally are setting up for that turn ahead.
Always got to be eyes forward, especially trying to carry that momentum through. Here comes Edmondson, just one more corner and a crucial corner as well. If he can find 4 positions, it's 4 points as well. moves him to second in the championship, although an 8.79 is going to see him stay on 5th on the board. Where's Connor Barry? He is coming out towards, well, this point on the track as well, but our eyes are locked on to Nicholas Dachelet for the time being as he heads out of the long left-hander.
Now, I used to have an instructor named Jim Hall. You might recognize that name. His son, Jim Hall Jr., used to work with me, and he always used to tell me, look where you're going to go and put the truck there. If it doesn't go, you made a mistake. It's all about the mental setup is what he was trying to say. You know, if you're going to pitch that into the corner, look where you want it to go and just kind of envision it.
Makes it sound so simple, doesn't he? Connor Barry has jumped to 7th, but that's not going to really help by any means. So Edmondson does indeed bring the gap between the top 3 down by 1 extra point. The cutoff, by the way, the top 16 all advancing directly to the main event. Well, Austin Scheiber is effectively on the same time, 1/10,000th of a second in front of Rick Huseman, who is then in turn 31 thousandths clear of Gavin Plummer in 17th spot. We are talking the finest of margins in a machine that requires so much to master. Here comes Gavin Plummer, who is on the final lap, so he is looking for 32 thousandths of a second effectively right now.
Was that about the thickness of an eyelash?
Well, something like that. Something like a blink, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'll tell you. That is just incredible to think about that. And then we talked about the point cutoff. Qualifying after 5, nobody else gets points. So,
and actually, time runs out, so Gavin Plummer does not even get to finish the lap that he is on. And officially, Edmondson does move himself just that little bit closer. And it could matter. We've got bonus points for fastest laps in our main event, for the whole shot as well. But there's some time before we get there. We have to first get through our first couple of LCQs to determine the final 4 machines that will line up at the very tail end of the starting grid.
That's always a tough one. It's just tough.
Do think we might get a chance as well to catch up with our pole sitter, so maybe a chance to catch up with Keaton Swain here. In fact, let's go grab a couple of moments with him, Dave. He's standing by with you.
Well, Keaton Swain, he came out swinging in qualifying there. Top spot right there. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, great way to start the night. Hopefully we can just continue it on through the rest of the main events here.
Well, I got to say, this is always one of the trickier tracks for sure there, and to throw a fast time on there, that's just incredible. Have you been putting a lot of time in the sim?
I actually haven't been running too much, but this is one of my better tracks, especially in the Pro 2. And been pretty good in qualifying this year. I think I'm 3 for 4, so 75% is pretty good. So hopefully this transfers over for one time this season.
Well, it definitely paid off for you. You're going to say good luck tonight there, and let's see where you're going to put this when we get to the mains.
Oh, thank you.
Let's take a look at the starting grid for the first of our LCQs. Gavin Plummer and Adam McAfee. Batman is inside of the cut line with Taylor Vandenbush and TJ Staver alongside on the front row, looking to try and carve their way in. Ray Bodewine and Trenton Briley then are 5th and 6th positions, with 7th going the way of John Nobinger, Christian Noble, and Solomon Bershinger. All make up the rest of the front row, as you can see them there. 9 trucks, all side by side, door to door, ready to go racing. It is a glorious sight. It will be even more glorious when we have all 20 of them lined up and ready to go for the main event, Dave.
Oh, yeah, definitely. When you get into double stacking the trucks, that's when it always gets interesting there. You know, if someone in the front screws up, it could take out the whole field. You never know. And it's happened before.
It could even happen with just 9 as the engines begin to build for the first time tonight. Jump start there, and we'll see who gets the black flag. It's TJ Staver that will not advance from here. Off and away we go as they sweep their way down in towards the opening corner. Who gets the whole shot? Adam McAfee's gone bold, but 4-5 wide as they send it through down and towards the long left-hander. Who gets the inside? Solomon Borschinger is one of the other Just the Trim cars. That's Taylor Vandenbush. Slides towards the tail end, beating and banging towards the back of the field. But it is TJ Staver who has got that black flag, let's not forget, that seemingly runs at the front of the field. Borschinger behind him, Noble, McAfee, Nominger, as they still yet to head to Calamity Corner. Calamity for Vandenbush.
I was going to say it was Calamity before he even got there at that point as they come back around and through Calamity Corner itself. I mean, the gravel pit, it doesn't disappoint for sure. A lot of beating and banging. So Borschinger and Noble technically are the two drivers battling for the top position right now. Borschinger in the teal and black machine there, and then the black Batman machine of McAfee.
So McAfee tries to shove Staver out of the way, who, let's not forget, should not be there at the end of this race. And so you can sense the urgency from Batman. Our timing finally catches up. This is the wild and wonderful, but also slightly weird Crandon that plays games with iRacing's timing. So if there are some oddities, just bear with us tonight. Top two advance, but as mentioned, Staver with that penalty would not be eligible behind a couple of drivers that can't afford to lose too much time squabbling amongst themselves on the first lap of 5, Dave, as Taylor Vandenbush tries to recover from the start, got tangled up with a little bit of contact, and he's behind Gavin Plummer.
Well, like, it's good to see that Bourdin and looks like Borschinger are able to make it after that contact there, right after the Red Bull jump there. But you can see Staver still splitting up our 1 and 2 positions. Noble out front here, so he's going to put it around the corner. It's a shame because Staver's having a great run there. I mean, he kind of accelerated, but he stopped there, didn't get an advantage from it. So pretty impressive driving. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter.
Behind him, they are starting to lose a bit too much time. Nobinger high and wide and cattywampus over the start-finish line. Taylor Vandenbush takes advantage. Gavin Plummer sends Nobinger into the side of Vandenbush, then almost drives himself off the track, but Nobinger gets the run off the corner, and as they run back up towards Cowboy, it is momentum on his side. He tries to slingshot Scandinavian flick style the car in towards the corner behind. One driver just gets absolutely no momentum, but drag race off to turn number 5.
Yeah, Norsinger and Vandenbush having a great battle. Looks like Plummer just trying to join that battle. These two start to separate a little bit from Plummer at this point. And you can see Horsinger right now trying to make a move there with Vandenbush. Oh, Vandenbush, look at this. Oh, a little switch up there. Horsinger, Vandenbush goes up, and Briley on the move on the way up. You see him just behind these three as they battle. See if he can get into it.
Through all of this, we are still yet to finish lap 2. This is allowing McAfee to have a little bit more breathing room as the three behind him continue to tussle. Inside line for Plummer, who will get both of them actually, bullies his way past Vandenbush and back up into 4th position. He lands very, very uncomfortably. And now Christian Noble under fire from TJ Staver. All of this now really needs to calm down. They need to realize there is a transfer spot still up for grabs with 3 laps left to go, including the one that they are on. Noble, Staver, and McAfee now only split by 1 second.
And you got to give it up for John Nosinger with a nice move. While we saw Vandenbush and Plummer get a little into each other there. Nosinger able to sneak through, get that position. And now look at this. He's making another run. See if he can get up there.
On their way down to the downhill right-hander. The track very much still not worn in until you get down to the apex and then exit of some of the corners. You'll see by the time we get to the end of main event 1. That is a slightly different situation. Inside line as they roll off towards penultimate turn on the track. And you can see just how deep Vandenbush is sending it to try and prevent any lunges from Nobinger. Closer and closer, TJ Staver is really trying to put a show on at the front of the field with now 2 laps left to go in the first of our 2 LCQs.
And look at this. Briley now getting up in the mix there. And it looks like Nosinger and him going around. Oh, it looks like Plummer caught the wall. Spun out there.
Yep, there you can see the stricken 98. That battle getting a little bit physical at the front. Staver leans on Noble as they run down towards Cowboy Corner. Batman behind, lurking and waiting for the inevitable contact. Staver bullies his way on forward. McAfee not in a spot to take advantage. He leans on the left rear of Noble as they run off to turn 5. And now Staver scampers off into the distance. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to gain enough time with the lap and a half remaining to mitigate the penalty that's still left to be served. But now our picture becomes a little bit clearer. If Noble and McAfee start to fight, well, Vandenbush has got some gap to those behind as that looked like Briley mounts the inside berm. There could be a fight for the transfer spot here as there goes Noble defensive.
And Noble with a nice defensive move as he tries to move it around there just a little bit. Staver's starting to walk away, but like he said, hadn't served the penalty. And doesn't look like even if he did, it wouldn't matter at this point. I think right now Noble and McAfee are the ones we're looking at. Vandenbush, no singer. Briley back there still.
Oh, even worse actually for TJ Staver. Hasn't served his penalty for 3 laps. He's about to get yoinked off the surface with a disqualification. That's going to be Noble and McAfee have a little bit of clean air, although Staver's still out there and running.
I guess they don't have a button for DQ.
I think that's an iRacing DQ. There we go.
There it is.
No, never mind. He's back. Oh,
Psych.
They haven't quite made their minds up, and I tell you what, as now I think finally he is off the racetrack. Vandenbush is only 9/10 away, Dave. Have got half a lap left to go. Vandenbush has got half a lap left to try and insert himself into the rest of this season.
And, you know, my heart goes out to Staver, too, because he was running a good race there. It was a good battle watching him and Vandenbush battle out. Noble and him battle with McAfee there. That was incredible. But really, you know, it's unfortunate it happens. But right now, Noble, but look back there, Vandenbush starting to get up into the mix. But unfortunately, there's not going to be enough time, I don't think, here.
If he had just one more lap, if he hadn't fought with Nobinger and Briley, who knows? It is 3 at the front, but it will be Noble and McAfee that survive, make their way through to the main events here in the final round of the iRacing Short Course National Series. The Pro 2s on display. Ignore the timing as it goes wild on the left-hand side of the screen. We've got 5 more laps in the LCQ before we can lock our focus on the first of our main events. 12 laps of racing, caution at the end of lap 5. Noble in the boozy jerky machine in front of Adam McAfee for Team Gold. We say goodbye to Vandenbush, Nobinger, Briley, and the rest of the field. Let's take a look at the lineup for the second of the LCQs. Joey Herbie on the inside. Will he get a good launch with Van der Veer, Thiel, Janes, Lass, Weingartner, and then just a couple more machines. Garrett Moore, Emma Flynn, and Daniel Mamade alongside. Again, a glorious sight. 9 wide and ready to go. Just 2 to move forward. And hopefully these drivers were watching and learning the lessons that we saw in the first of the LCQs, Dave, which was, well, don't put yourself in a battle with others. It will just get you in trouble.
Yeah, I tell you, that turn 1 really separates the faint-hearted from the bold at that point. It really does. I mean, when we watch them going in that turn 1, the inside, it's crazy. But it doesn't take the leaders to crash. It happens a lot in the back of the pack, as we saw.
Absolutely. The driver is just waiting for the signal from race control. And then we will get the racing underway. Heard for a moment 1 or 2 of the drivers just rev their engines, just test their hardware one final bit before they go racing, get those nerves from out of their system. And now the lights will build, and 900 horsepower through the rear wheels as 9 wide. We send them once more at Crandon. Good jump on the inside. It is maybe the place to be, although the middle now going to sweep their speed. Whole shot from Cody Van der Veer, it would seem, as they head out down in towards the long left-hander, all scrambling now behind. 2x2. Oh, some contact over the jump, and high and wide for, I think, David Weingartner as he slides down through the field. But a tidy start, all things considered, as they head off to the penultimate corner.
And it looks like I believe Emma Valentina Flynn getting a little out in the marbles there into the grass, and you can see Daniel Mead getting a little out of shape in the back there, but back up front, Vanderveer having a great race with Herbie tucked in behind, and the 199 team member Trevor Teal trying to stay up there as Matt Last continues to hound him.
Looks like at least one or two issues at the back, and a couple of machines losing some track position. As just very carefully, I say carefully, big send into turn 3. Up in front of them, though, bit of contact, and Anthony Janes, Matt Last, they're losing some ground. The top 3 have taken advantage. Trevor Teal, the one trying to close on Joey Herbie, out through Cowboy Corner. We're going to see some sends. There's a bit of argy-bargy, but all works out okay.
Yeah, it looked like Garrett Moore with a good run there as he gets up and tucks in behind Trevor Teal's, third position there. Teal just right outside that bubble right now. Herbie's the one with the bullseye in his back right there. The last qualifying position for this group to come out of it. And then it's the main event. Everybody else is going to have to go home and watch. And that's a tough one to watch as they make their way through the Ponte corner there. And you can see the skybox there, which is a beautiful VIP skybox. It is recently remodeled.
Moore on the outside, got a shove from Janes. He returns the favor. Spun out and now rejoins at the tail end of the pack. But you can see the lack of reaction, sometimes what you want to see from a driver. Resolve it later. Just go and get the job done for the rest of the 3 laps that they will have. 4 laps that they will have, because of course you get half a lap for free here at the race start, 10 wide, and have to finish half a lap before you cross the start-finish line for the very first time. Matt Last, beautiful move on Daniel Mamade for 7th position. Front of the field starting to stretch out right now. Vanderveer, Herbie, and Teal. Not much battling between the 3 of them. Almost 1 and a bit seconds separating each of them at this time.
Yeah, you can see the little battle. Oh, looks like the 47 of Daniel Mead goes down around again. Looks like a Pro 4 would be more his style, the way he's really fighting that Pro 2 there. Expecting that front wheels to grab.
We did have a bit longer of a Pro 4 season. Now, this championship, the Pro 2 is only 5 rounds, but we have double main events to make up for it. The Pro 4s was, if I remember, a full 9-10 rounds of the season.
Yeah.
So, the Pro 2 drivers may be disappointed they didn't get more time, but they get the same number of championship points when all things are said and done. So, works out equally in that regard. Trevor Teal tight to the wall through Calamity Corner, still 1.5 seconds behind Joey Herbie, and that's a little bit scruffy out through turn 1.
Yeah, and you can see Herbie's got, he's got a big gap back to Teal right now, and Teal's going to really struggle to try to catch up to him. He's trying to stay smooth, but, when you get in that little middle gap position, you'll tend to want to overdrive the car a little bit because you're trying to chase. And then you got to get back into your mode, just like you would pretend you're qualifying. Get that fast lap down. Don't think about trying to chase the truck. Chase the driver.
Momentum, easier said than done to focus on that, but that's often where you'll find that speed, and Teal has dropped off dangerously now. Last lap alone was close to 7/10 lost on your race leader. Garrett Moore only 1.8 seconds adrift in the fight for 3rd position to close out their season. David Weingartner flies over the jump, hunting Emma Flynn. 2 laps left for them to go as well. And all drivers that had decent run here in the Pro 2 series by all considerations, and they'll regroup. Dave, not everyone's going to be a part of the World Finals. That's part of the charm as we find who is the best of the best. Can anyone challenge Connor Barry, Luke Knupp, Keaton Swain, Drake Mittag, the likes of those drivers across just 3 events starting in a couple of weeks' time? The rest of the field will be watching and plotting for 2026 how they want to improve.
Oh, yeah, and a lot more time in the sims, getting used to it and be able to drive that Pro 2, Pro 4. Not many drivers I know in real life have transitioned very well into both classes. Carl Rennezen are probably, I'm going to say, probably the best be able to race Pro 2 and Pro 4 and win championships. And he used to say it was a struggle always. You know, the first couple laps, you start driving your Pro 2 like a Pro 4, and you go, oh, wait a minute. Even though I know him in this truck, you got to reset the brain.
Big fight for 7th position, and I haven't had the chance to talk to too many real-world short course drivers other than the ones that race with us here in the iRacing Short Course National Series. We're talking to some of the Ford Racing drivers about the different Mustangs that they have. They kind of say the same thing. That was very aggressive from Anthony James. Didn't quite work out. He loses some momentum as we head back up to the front. 1 lap left to go. And Joey Herbie looks set to hold on to that 2nd position. Trevor Teal has run out of time. It is do or die to close out 2025.
Yeah, he's really going to have to start pushing that machine at this point. You just got to throw the dice and pray you don't come up snake eyes at this point, because Herbie's looking pretty smooth. And I tell you, Cody Vanderveer, he is on a tear right now. Looking at his times there, they're looking, not far off of what the guys are qualifying. It's about a second slower, but still, that's pretty impressive to keep that race pace up.
And we are starting to see that track evolution, which will, I'm sure, see plenty more of when we throw 20 trucks on the track for the first of our 12-lap main events coming up in just a few moments' time. Trevor Teal back down the hill as continues to try and close the gap, but it is proving to be just that too little, too late. In both of the LCQs, what we have seen is that the very inside of the 10-wide starting grid effectively has a chance to run a little bit straighter without so many bumps. In the first of the LCQs, it was not so easy for the middle to make the momentum work. In LCQ2, Cody Vanderveer started 2nd and advances in 1st. He moves forward with Joey Herbie, and we say goodbye to the rest of the field, Dave.
That was a big sigh of relief out of Vanderveer there. He's just like, okay, well, the rest are going to come across here, and the wall's not done yet with the 47 machine of Daniel Hamid.
Yeah, Vanderveer 15th in the playoff points. The drivers that will head to the World Finals had some buffer, but does exactly what he needed to guarantees himself some points in the main events alongside of Joey Herbie, while we say goodbye to Trevor Teal and a handful of privateers, Garrett Moore, Emma Flynn, David Weingartner, Daniel Mamede, Anthony James, and Matt Lass are done for the 2025 iRacing Pro 2 National Series. Well, a brief warm-up, and then we go racing for the first of our main events. But Dave, this is a crucial opportunity for those drivers that advance directly from qualifying to head back out onto track and see how things have changed.
Yeah, I tell you, it's going to be a big change from qualifying to now with trucks running on it. We already saw 18 trucks tear it up there, and on top of qualifying, the state of the track is definitely new.
That was an interesting place to get a perspective of, deep in the fan zone. Anywhere away from the racing surface there, iRacing doing a decent job, but not a great job of replicating the experience for the fans. Red number plates for Connor Barry as he loops it there at Cowboy Corner. Get it out of his system in practice, right?
Yeah, Rutro is right. That's get it done well, get it behind you, and forget about it. And you can see Lindy's literally just tucking that machine around by the barn turn there.
So he needs to try and grab... Never trust a commentator's math, but if I enter this into Google, it will do the math for me. He needs to grab 14 points more than Dennis Mickelson today in order to make it to the World Final. So Lindy's got some pressure, but at least he knows what the target is. That's effectively 7 more positions than Mickelson, although Mickelson's going to start 11th, Lindy in 14th.
Oh, that's going to be a rough one there.
So they'll both be starting on row 2.
Well, the good thing is he's got a goal and he knows where he's got to put it, and he's just got to pray that quite a few trucks are between him.
You're never wishing for misfortune, but
yes.
maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. You know, you got your lucky rabbit's foot. You know, the lucky hat.
That was a deep drive into the corner, almost going off the track. Let's see what happens here as a 59 of Vanderveer. Well, never mind, gets tangled up with another machine. But yeah, I guess you can't run that sort of a line when you've got someone else there, because you leave yourself vulnerable to being slingshotted, carved up the inside by a slide job.
Yeah, it was Mickelson that he was battling there with a second ago. And these guys, I know it's just warm up, but they're going to get out there and look at these drivers. Okay, where can I put this truck? If this truck's there, where can I put it to gain speed on them? Where can I, gain more ground?
Yeah, if you gave real drivers a chance to take their trucks with no real penalty for crashing it and just full send it right before a race, they take it with both arms wide open, to quote the great Scott Stapp.
Yes, please.
Some people watching this might have actually got that reference, but let's go and take a look at our starting grid and get ready for the first of our two main events. Cody Winicki cannot be taken any higher, but he's got Tyson Miller and a whole bunch of other machines alongside on the front row. Sean Winkler and Keaton Swain included. But the first of our championship contenders, Josh Edmondson, is right alongside of another championship fighter. Drake Mittag is 6th, Connor Barry is 7th. All three of the championship contenders sandwiched in the middle of the opening row, with that countryman Nicholas Dachelet and then Zachary Drapkin, row 1. Dennis Mickelson inside of row 2 with Crystal King, 12th position for her. Robbie Swan, Matthew Lindy, Austin Schreiber, Rick Huseman, Christian Noble, Cody Vanderveer, and then at the back of the pack, but still on row 2, it's Anna McAfee and Joey Herbie. Scratch Trevor Teal, just 20 cars going racing. And I will never forget Crystal King winning her first race in the National Series here at Crandon in the Pro 4s not a couple of months ago, Dave.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely a talented driver for sure, and I expect some big things out of that lady, that's for sure. Because look at that stacked double deep. I love it.
And you can always pick out Crystal King in that Shenandoah Shine yellow and red truck as we get ready to go. 20 machines stacked up and ready to rumble at the big house. 12 laps on deck for the first of our main events, and a champion to be crowned later on tonight. Who gets the whole shot into the opening corner? Some contact towards the mid-pack in row 2. Our championship contenders having to be very, very tentative. I think the whole shot went the way of Cody Winicki. He's got to be very, very careful, though, as Nicholas Dachelet goes very aggressive. Sean Winkler's down to 3rd. One truck slips off the track, but 19 machines through the opening corner. It's Dennis Mickelson that's dropped to the back of the field.
And you can see Swain on the move right now, going by just side by side with Edmondson. And it looks like Edmondson's going to edge him out just a little bit. But look at that, 3 wide, still battling, bumping doors. Boy, talk about MMA on 4 wheels. We got it going on right now. Oh, a big stack up there. Swain, Lindy gets into the wall.
And Connor Barry got mixed up as well. He is down to 13th position through all of this. One truck's on the K-rail and going nowhere quickly. There is Barry with those red number plates on the side. He's back up to 11th already. Edmondson 2nd, Mittag in 4th. He has dropped to 3rd, I think, in the live championship points with all of this. And there's a look of focus, a look of intensity on the young man's face.
And a lot of battles through Cowboys Corner right now. A lot of touching going on. Oh, just to see Huseman, who's battling through there. Huseman back at 11th. Barry right in front of him there. But Barry's got a good separation up there. You can see him. His eyes already set on that pack. He's going to pick him off 1 at a 1. There is Swain coming through. You can see Dachelet in the 23 there with Lindy. Drake Mittag is going to be in that 5th position. So it's crazy, but it's Winicki. But Edmondson, his dream is coming true. He's got the drivers in between him, Mittag, and Barry.
And rough championship math would put Mittag into second, Edmondson into the provisional championship lead. Barry is slowly starting to pick through the pack. He'll have a competition caution at the end of lap 5 to pack the field back up. He's got 2 trucks in front of him fighting, Matthew Lindy and Nicholas Dachelet. You'll get to the inside of Matthew Lindy. I mean, that was as predictable as it comes. You could see that one from the International Space Station, as in front of him, Dachelet gets a great run out of turn 3, passes Countryman, and watch an eye here for Barry to pinch Lindy off on the entry and now try and box Countryman out as well. He'll get a good exit off the corner down to turn 5. Watch out for him to try and get the move on Dachelet. Caddy Wampus up though, loses some fiberglass off the right rear.
Boy, he brought out the alligator tail there. He was wagging all over the place, able to straighten up, lost a fender on that. Countryman able to get a little breathing room there as Countryman's chasing down Dachelet. But I think the real story right now is keeping an eye on Connor Berry. Lindy's not going to give up yet. He's still back there battling. He's also got Herbie right behind him. But Berry, his eyes are forward. They are okay, I'm going to pick him off. I'm going to get him here. He is already calculating.
And Josh Edmondson 4 points clear over Drake Mittag as it stands right now. Fastest lap of the race. We're getting officially the first time lap coming in this time by. Fastest lap goes to Keaton Swain, so it takes a championship point out of play for the other 3 that we will keep our focus on without a shadow of a doubt. Barry, only in 8th position for the time being, but again, competition caution will pack the field back up. I think Josh Edmondson might want to try and make the move on Cody Winicki before the end of lap 5 here, Dave. And
I agree.
He's got to try and close the cap up first, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just brilliant to think that way. It's like, all right, you got to establish your positions early. You got to get out there. You got to get in front of them. But I'll tell you, Cody Winicki, he is running one fast race right now. He is hitting every mark like he should to perfection.
He has not had as good a run in the Pro 2s as he did the Pro 4s. He is 15th in the championship standings. He was 6th in the Pro 4s championship standings. But he is definitely a driver locked in already to the World Finals that we'll be keeping an eye on. 3 miles left between us and the first competition caution of the night. We'll get a chance to chat with whoever leads at halfway. Josh Edmondson has got to close if he wants to try and make that move and then control the subsequent restart. That's why it's so important. Big send out through turn 2. He is getting closer, within a truck length now.
Yeah, but here's the beautiful part for Winicki. He can run it like a qualifying run, hit the fastest marks. Don't leave the doors open, but you're going to want to use up that track. You want to be smooth. You don't want to scrub the speed out there. And you definitely want to keep Edmondson guessing. You know, sometimes you got to change your lines up a little bit, because don't leave the same door open you left on the last one, because there's a lot of laps left.
There's a look at Edmondson focused. He's not just been focused on driving recently. Big send up the inside, almost tags the left rear, but just enough space between the two. Yeah, not just being busy as a driver, busy as a team manager as well. Channel 199 Sim Racing competing in the IMSA Esports Global Championship. Casey Kerwin, Owen Carroll representing them in an Eagle decaled Cadillac. That's, I guess, the way you'd say that. 1 lap to go, and then we see the competition caution. Edmondson is close enough. 1.5 miles, he sniffs the race lead.
Yeah, I think Winicki in his head's gone into protection mode right now. He's not running his race. And that's what happens when you're really thinking about it. He's like, all right, I'm in front, now I got to protect. You got to run the race. But Edmondson, I'll tell you, he's going to throw some gambles down. I think he wants to try and get him. Let's see what happens going into Cowboys corner here.
Now, the last thing anyone wants in the championship fight is race control's involvement. All 3 of the championship contenders have 0 penalty points this season, which is quite impressive to be able to say out loud. I think Edmondson's just half a step too far back right now, although he's closer than he has ever been into this final sector of the lap. Connor Barry's having a go at that Countryman as well in the scrap for 7th, as he tries to claw up another position before we pack the field back up. He's been able to get past, and more importantly, Drake Mittag has been dropped down a position as well. And so now as there's contact through the penultimate corner, Josh Edmondson boxes out Cody Winicki as they jump in towards the final corner. We will see the competition caution. Josh Edmondson might hold his championship hopes in his own hands as he hits the front here in Crandon.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to go for it going through the gravel pit there. I know he looked like he was setting him up on that last lap before. Beautiful move, but with Nicky, Winkler, Swain, Dashalet, and then Connor Berry. And how about that? Drake Mittag, followed by Countryman, Lindy, and Joey Herbie, our top 10.
And we'll have those live points for you, hopefully, throughout the evening. Look how close it is, though. Mittag at one point in front of Barry, but has now dropped behind on that final lap. How small the margins that we are playing with are. I believe we should have another invert of the top 4 into the second main event, which doesn't mean a lot at the end of the day. But Edmondson, if he is able to hold on, would be shuffled back to 4th and in the danger zone, to say the very least. Tyson Miller is the driver who's getting a lap back as the field is now parked on the run down towards Cowboy Corner, all as we wait for Josh Edmondson to jump back into the broadcast booth. He's standing by with Dave.
Josh, I was watching you with 2 laps to go before the comp caution. I saw that setup at the gravel pit. It looks like you were testing him to see where he was going to be. Was that going through your mind right before the comp caution?
Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah, I was just trying to set up a place to pass. I knew I needed to get the pass done before this comp caution, so hopefully I could break away. And yeah, thankfully I was able to make it happen. And yeah, we're just going to try and break away and win this moto. That would be the best.
And now it's is it protection at this point, or is just go for it and try and gap the field?
Yeah, just go for it. I mean, I don't have much to lose. You know, I have to beat Connor and Drake by quite a bit to win the championship, so it's just full send.
Full send. Well, good luck to you as we move into it. I'll let you get all warmed up and go for it, Josh.
All right, thanks, Dave.
And would you look at that, Dave? He even popped off the VR glasses so we could look at the face. And he looks quite determined. He is a man on a mission right now.
I think that Edmondson guy's incredible.
Absolutely. We have now focused on the top 3 in the points on the top right of your screen. It's not to say everyone else in the championship is not important, but it's not often, Dave, you get treated to a championship fight where 3 contenders split by single digits headed into the final 2 main events.
Oh man, this brings back some memories of the old Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. I saw it in Mod Karts, I saw it in Pro Light, I saw it in Pro 2 and Pro 4, and now we're watching it unfold in front of us in the iRacing. This is just heating up, man, I'll tell you. This doesn't get better than this.
And it just means if you're enjoying the racing action, don't forget, November the 19th, we are back. So 2 weeks from today, the first round of the iRacing Short Course World Finals presented by APV Simulators. We may even, as we've been saying, have a brand new final track to close out the World Finals on December the 10th. That will allegedly. That will be a couple of days after an iRacing build. So if we do get Wheatland, fingers and toes very much crossed right now. Every position is going to mean something now for Barry and Mittag as they try and work their way forward, Dave. They will have 6 laps left when we go racing as we enter the restart zone, and off and away we go. Josh Edmondson close with Cody Winicki behind, not getting the best of jumps. Keaton Swain in that Sim Coaches 21. He's going to look to try and crisscross on Sean Winkler in the fight for 3rd. Here comes some of those championship contenders buried back, though. Mittag, Barry fighting for 6th and 7th.
And you can see a great run by Winkler there, and Dashalet in the 23. Dashalet diving in there right in front of Connor Berry, looking to the inside through Calamity Corner as they come through here. He's hitting a little flick to the inside now, switching it up. Dashalet is going to keep him honest, though.
As the look once again at Connor, racing on a rig somewhat foreign to him, mounts the inside berm as he runs off the corner, and that robs a little bit of that momentum. And Dashalet holds on for the time being. Edmondson not with the biggest gap to Winicki, but now the gap has grown to Keaton Swain as they pile in for Beam. Oh, almost losing out there. Connor Barry, very, very careful not to get tagged up with a bit of contact, Dave, and lose even more positions, but now having to defend. Here comes Drake Mittag, who is now 10 points off the championship lead. He needs a couple more positions.
Yeah, definitely needs a couple more positions to climb back up there and battle him with Connor Barry. I mean, look at 423, 428, and 433. That is just crazy. So I'm noticing the same flooring as we go back from Barry to Mittag.
You can actually
between them.
Yeah, you can actually see Connor if you squint just to the top right of Drake's webcam.
There he is.
Yep.
Yeah, the left-hand corner of the room. I see it now.
By the way, the race control rough provisional championship calculations line up with our graphics. It's 433 for Edmondson, 428 for Barry, and 423 for Mittag. We'll have 12 more laps left to go after this, but it will come down all the way to the wire. Every position worth just a couple of points, and Edmondson winning this first main event of the night will put himself into the championship lead. And at a time when it really matters, Cody Winicki and Keaton Swain, though, are starting to threaten. Cody Winicki will grab the lead back momentarily, but Edmondson holds the inside down towards turn 5. They will be 3 wide into turn 6.
And look at Swain looking up the inside there. Seems to get a little room there. Contact with Edmondson as he battles for Edmondson for second place now. Swain moves up in front of Edmondson just by a fender at this point as they come here to the gravel pit just past the skybox. And you can see Cody Winicki saying high, wide, and handsome there. As Swain challenged him, Winicki's want to hold that inside there as they come around. He's saying, don't let Winicki bull you through there.
And now, as it runs, Barry has a 1-point championship advantage. Make it 3, because he's up to 4th position. He's past Sean Winkler. Oh my days, how quickly things have swung around. 1.5 miles, and the complexion of the championship back in the hands of the driver with the red number boards. He's got his main championship rival in front of him. And ultimately, Dave, you don't have to win the race here. You just have to win the championship.
Oh, that's right. And then you also got to worry about the second race we have tonight, too.
Just keep yourself...
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody sing yet.
Keep yourself in touch. That is all they can do. Mittag all the way down in 7th. Not saying he's out of the championship fight by any means, but he's on the back foot as we head into the final couple of laps. Here comes Mr. Keaton Swain. Remember him? Was very fast.
Oh, you mean the fast pole sitter?
Exactly. Was very fast in qualifying, and finally on a worn track, starting to put it together down to the gravel corner. A little bit of argy-bargy. Elbows his way up to the front of the field. We've got 3 laps left to go, but don't discount Cody Winicki. Defends on the run up towards Calamity Corner and holds the race lead.
And you can see Swain letting that rear end hang out on the marbles. Lost a little bit of traction there. But again, he's able to pull up just by about a half a truck length now. Winicki will answer right back, fill that spot there. Here comes Edmondson trying to look up the inside of Swain. He's going to flick it around, and he may lean on him a little bit here. No, he actually backed off just a little bit.
Got to be careful, because guess who? Cue the Jules music. Connor Barry right on the scene. Keaton Swain, he tries the slide job. It will work out for him. He will hold on to the lead of this race, powering to turn 5. With 2 laps left to go at the line. Barry's got a bit of a gap back to Sean Winkler that he can hold on to. Cody Winicki tried to hold the inside, but cost him some momentum. Not enough for Edmondson to plug the hole that was there on the inside of turn 7. But look at that shot. They are in a train that goes all the way back to Mittag in 7th place. And with just 3 miles left to go, it could still go in any direction. The championship with 9 points covering 3 drivers. What more could you ask for?
Oh, you couldn't ask much more than this right here. Swain with a beautiful drive up the outside here. He just gets that perfect line there, just knocking off enough where Nicky can't sleep up the inside. Edmondson, though, it's in his head. He's got to go forward. You got to stay away from Barry. He's got to get up, and he's got to get some trucks in between him at this point. But with 1 or 2 laps to go, I don't know if it's going to be possible.
Fastest lap as well, and truly in the hands of Keaton Swain at this point, so no bonus point going the way of the championship contenders. Barry just a bit too far back this time into Cowboy Corner to have a look, having to drive deeper and deeper into the corner as the cushion just continues to move higher and higher. Drake Mittag has been bullied, by the way, down from 7th to 9th position. So he is now 13 points off the championship. That is how quickly things have moved around. Edmondson almost gets alongside of Winicki. Just a couple more corners to go, and then we see the white flag. But look how close it is between the teammates.
That's the crazy thing. You know, teammates don't want to take each other out, but it also is a battle for the top spot. He needs to get, you know, at least 3 cars between him and Connor. I don't know it's going to be possible here with the white flag coming out.
No, it will all come down to those final 12 laps of racing. He tries. Connor Barry tries. He's not there. I don't think Cody Winicki is close enough to challenge Keaton Swain, who has really hit his stride. We should not forget about him. But up towards turn 3, is there a door? Can Barry slide his way through? Not quite. Doesn't get a great exit either. Edmondson should hold on to 3rd here.
Let's see where they come into Cowboys Corner. They're going by Argonne, and then here we go. It is going to be close here. Swain hangs it out there with Nicky Edmondson. Barry looks up the inside. He's going to try to drag up race him there, but he's got to tuck him behind Edmondson as they head up to that Forest County, Potawatomi.
You can see the long train behind as well. Mittag has not made any advancements. He is going to be lining up 9th in the second of our main events. That's going to be uncomfortable. Edmondson hits the inside, but Barry was a bit too close. He gets sent high and wide, not close enough to take advantage through all of that. Mittag is trying to make his way past Cody Vanderveer. You can see on the left side of the screen, he has moved his way forward to 8th position. The fight back will come up the inside. Front of the field, Keaton Swain once more hits victory lane. It's not a 1,000-day wait this time around. And he does it once more here at the Crandon International Raceway. Cody Winicki 2nd, Edmondson in 3rd. And then where does Drake Mittag come across the line? It's 8th when all things are said and done. He is 11 points off the championship lead.
Well, he did climb up through there a little bit, and I know Swain will be happy for us never to say that again about the times, how long from a last win.
We can say it plenty, just as long as he's winning more, right?
Yes, that's right. There you go.
That's how it works. Let's grab a quick look at these results, then a chat with some of these drivers, and then we've got to reset the track and go again. Swain from Winicki by just 4 and a bit tenths of a second. Gotta say, Cody Winicki, best outing for him in the Pro 2s, while Josh Edmondson surely will be frustrated after holding the lead at the restart, dropping to 3rd. Championship leader Connor Barry holds on with Sean Winkler, Nicholas Dashley, Matthew Lindy, Drake Mittag, and Cody Vanderveer alongside of Zachary Drapkin, bookending the top 10. Then Robbie Swan, Tyson Miller, Austin Scheiber, Crystal King, Dennis Mickelson, Adam McCaffrey, Christian Noble, Joey Hervey, Rick Huseman, and Thad Countryman. All 20 machines finishing on the lead lap. That is what you love to see. We'll grab our chats with our podium sitters in a few moments' time. But Dave, we are 12 laps away from the end of another season. How time flies.
I know, it went by so fast, and it's been exciting. I really like this format with the 2 races. You get the qualifiers, they move on, the 2 LCQs, or the 2 heat races, however you want to put it. And then I love the battle of 2 motos. I really do.
Absolutely. I really do think it adds a interesting complexion to proceedings. It's not to say that I don't enjoy the main Pro 4 format, especially the Triple Crowns that we get there.
Yeah.
But, has been a nice mix of pace, let's say that. Keaton Swain, great victory for him in the first of our main events. He's standing by with Dave.
Keaton, what an incredible, you were the fast qualifier. You had that invert. You fought your way all the way up here to the top position, but it was not easy for you. You had a lot of beating and banging going on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a crazy race. I knew I had a fast truck. Just was going to have to be patient there. And first lap was a little bit crazy. And then luckily he was able to come out fourth and just kind of settled in and tried to pick them off one by one. I was able to do that. It was a great race. One of the most fun races I've had. So hopefully it was good for everyone. Hopefully I didn't wreck anyone. I know there was a couple hairy moments there with some of the championship guys. Luckily, I think all of them made it out safely. So hopefully we can run it back here in the second one.
Well, we're looking forward to that. It was crazy watching you battle with Dashley, Winkler, and then, of course, Connor Berry came, and you had Berry's, just right up the inside of him. I think Berry was like, okay, I don't want to take myself up for the championship.
Yeah, he's definitely got big things going on with that, so I'm sure he was playing smart. I think him and Drake and Josh are all trying to just get their trucks to the finish and, play out this second one here.
Well, I want to say a great race and good luck to you in the second one here tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Got it.
Let's catch up with Cody Winicki as well. Cody, been a more rough Pro 2 season, I think, all things considered, than how the Pro 4s went. But best run of the season now, second here at Crandon.
Yeah, I mean, problems the whole season, but I think we got it figured out. And happy to be running up front again. And it's a mission to stay in front of the pack, but it's always easier to follow someone. But whoever's leading, that they got a lot of talent and take a lot of work. But that was a blast.
Locked into the World Finals, which kick off in a couple of weeks' time. How excited are you feeling about that as Pro 2 National Series gets ready to come to an end today?
Yes, sir. I hope we get a new wheelbase and get set for the World Finals. And I'd like to thank Works Graphics, Impact Sim Sports, the Racecraft guys, my fiance for letting me do this, and my parents for watching. Thank you guys for putting on a good show.
A new hardware day sounds exciting. Thanks for the time, Cody. Let's quickly also catch up with Josh Edmondson in the championship fight. He's got Dave.
Josh, what an incredible battle that was. The battle between you and Cody Winicki, it was just epic right there. And, and Keaton Swain, it felt like you were just like trying to survive at that point and hold Connor off by at least one spot.
Yeah, those last few laps, it was a bit of don't let Connor by. I was trying to make a move on Cody, but it's tough to do it without opening the door then for Connor if it doesn't work. But yeah, I just threw that one away. No, it's just all on my own. I was out front and I bounced a little weird going into Cowboy and got up on top of the berm and lost those two spots. And that's, it's just a mistake on my part, cost that win for sure.
Yeah, and it looked a little hairy for a moment as you came into the barn turn there and you kind of hit the berm and bounced and Connor was right on you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was a little frustrated after I made that mistake, and then I made another mistake and just had to gather it back up and, hold that position. A little bummed I threw that away, but, I think I closed the points a little more. I'm not sure what they are going into the last one, but just going to give it all again.
Well, I didn't hear the clerically challenged ladies sing yet, so this one ain't over yet, buddy.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to go for it.
Right on. Josh Edmondson, everybody.
And before we let you go, Josh, we'll just let you know it's 3 points between you and Connor right now. So it all comes down to this. No pressure.
Yeah. All right. May the best man win. Let's go.
Best of luck, Josh. Always great to chat with him. No pressure intended indeed. It's just I wanted him to know. It's always good to have the target, Dave, of what you need to do, and now he should know.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Sometimes it's better not to know. It's nice to know, but it's better not to know. Where do I go with it now?
Well, we've got one final race to come to settle the championship. That's coming up next here on RaceSpotTV.
You want to know what's going on in your dirt sports world? Whether it's 4 wheels, 2 wheels, Dirt Sports World's got you covered. From the dirt to the dunes, we bring you the latest action in racing, to lifestyle, the newest parts, the newest vehicles, and what the superstars of off-road are up to. Check out our social media for up-to-date information on Instagram, Facebook, Dirt Sports World, and more in depth. And check out the magazine at www.dirtsportsworld.com. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Dirt Sports World. There's some great videos. So make sure to follow us and come get dirty with us.
I told y'all, we got the game on lock. Crank Lucas the rap deucer. Team Real Racing. Y'all already know we won. Off-road racing, quick as in the desert. To the finish line, passing through the checkers. It's Team Real, we just much better. When we on the track, we apply that pressure. People lined up screaming from the sideline. When they see the UT class fly by, or they see me in the truck doing drive-bys, in the Parker Dam or in the Baja. Every time you see me rolling through inside a buggy, and I'm counting up the money, cause I came to multiply it. Put your 1200 horsepower in the motor, you don't really wanna race me, I dare you to try it. Started up the engine, now my wheels on fire. Zooming through the track while I'm burning up the rubber. Better get them slow waves out of my water. You don't wanna see the shark or there's a crusher. It's Team Real, y'all know what the biz. Crank Lucas, and I'm standing on the wheel. Doing 160, pass you so fast when the wind hits your body, get the chills. Telling everybody they can eat my dust, but I guarantee you won't beat my best. Pop a champagne when I'm at the finish line and I'm holding up the trophy and I beat my chest. What first place look like it's me? I don't do twos and I never met a three. People know the Team Real logo when I'm running through the desert and I'm running all through the streets. Never have to cap my race game tight. My vehicles can go all night. Foot up on the gas, I can never break right because I'm allergic to all the red lights. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they got a race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubble. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they got a race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubble.
So much to look forward to, including crowning our very first short course National Series World Champion. First up, it's the three-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. Barry getting quite comfortable in victory lane. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. Matt Adams is winner 22. He does it in the signature Propellers Long Beach Surfside Showdown. Keaton Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish.
He finally got it. Swain, pop the champagne, baby.
And while Luke Canuck's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Her first win in the National Series through Calamity Corner. Crystal King gets it done. The night started with 3 drivers split by 6 points, but just 12 laps remain in the 2025 iRacing Short Course Pro 2 National Series presented by CBR. And that man, Connor Barry, leads by just 3 points over Josh Edmondson, heading into the final 12 laps of the season. Hi folks, Arjuna Kankipati alongside of Dave Arnold. And Dave, it comes down to this, do or die. Best man wins between Barry and Edmondson. Drake Mittag dropping back slightly in main event number 1.
Well, I think a little luck's going to be on some of these drivers' heads tonight with this final race here. We got to get through that land rush again. And I'll tell you, it wasn't pretty for a lot of the drivers. We saw Connor Barry got caught up a little bit, got shuffled back. He did fight his way back up there again, but Mittag just quite couldn't recover.
Well, as the drivers get their final couple of moments of warm-up, the track has been reset. There is a look at the Impact Sim Sports machine of Drake Mittag. We are getting ready to go. Final moments before they get gridded up. 10 wide, 2 rows deep. The final main event of the season. The World Finals to come in a couple of weeks' time, but only for a handful of the drivers. 16 will take center stage. Let's take a look at the starting grid for the final time this season. At the front of the field after the invert, it will be Nicholas Dachelet in potentially the prime position. Sean Winkler is alongside with Connor Barry and Josh Edmondson right alongside of one another. Cody Winicki, Keaton Swain continuing row number 1. Alongside of Matthew Lindy, Drake Mittag on the outside with Cody Vanderveer and Zachary Drapkin. Robbie Swan is inside of row 2. Tyson Miller will be directly to his left with Austin Schreiber, Crystal King, Dennis Mickelson, Adam McAfee, Christian Noble, Joey Herbie, and then just Rick Huseman and Thad Countryman rounding out the field. 12 laps once more on the board. Competition caution at the end of lap number 5. And we know just how crazy, Dave, these starts can truly be.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely insane. And I'll tell you, it's like when you think about the invert and all that, it's really now it's side positions. It's not in front, behind, nose to tail, too wide. This is a whole nother thing. I've seen whole shots come from the outside, from the middle, and from the inside. I think it's an even playing field when it comes to a land rush start like this.
Well, we are away. Can Connor Barry become a 2-time champ in 2025? The Pro 4 King looking to become the Pro 2 King. And the red windshield banner might grab the whole shot. Cody Winicki's alongside. Big send from Drake Mittag as well. But under that blue bridge, that blue gantry, the whole shot point will get awarded. Cody Winicki grabbed 2 whole shot points. Rick Huseman's involved. Josh Edmondson's been mixed up as well. Down in 16th position is the championship going the way of Barry as they swoop through the penultimate turn, still technically not officially on lap number 1.
And Barry with a good run up there is Winicki, though. Winicki continues to impress us here tonight. He's just been on fire. He is untouchable to a certain degree running up front there. But Winkler right behind him with Swain, Countryman, and Vanderveer all fighting it behind there. Winkler's having a great run here tonight. And
oh, no!
Big attack. Oh, no, is right.
So championship effectively on the opening lap, before technically some of those drivers even saw the start of lap number 1, might already have been settled. But guess who? Connor Barry on the inside of Cody Winicki might already have grabbed the lead of this race off the exit of Cowboy Corner. Championship leader hits the front.
And a little contact there from Winicki and Winkler as they leaned on all 3 drivers playing on the corner panels there. But Barry able to come out still front right there. But I'll tell you, Winicki is not backing off, though.
Absolutely
He's right there.
not.
He's toe-to-toe.
I loved what we heard from him, Dave. He sounded like someone who finally had some confidence on his side again.
It's like okay, it clicked.
Which, to be honest, we were talking about the difficulty of switching between Pro 2 and Pro 4. I think I can somewhat appreciate that. I'll just reiterate the point. Competition caution at the end of lap number 5 does mean the entire field does get packed up once again. All 20 still only separated by 13 seconds as officially lap 1 is in the books. On to the second lap of the race, and the lead train still extends all the way technically back to 11th spot. As it stands right now, Connor Barry would be champion by 29 points. Remarkable, given that he came into the night with just a 6-point advantage over third.
And look where he came out of that middle of the field there. It wasn't the pole position that got the lead. It was Connor Barry as he continues to battle with Winicki. Winkler's still in the mix there, but here comes Swain. Swain comes out swinging, I'll tell you. You got to keep an eye on him. He is so silent, so quiet, so unassuming, but Swain could eat you up on the track for sure.
And you can see him really attempting to slide his way to the inside. Not quite there. It might happen actually as they exit the corner. A little bit of momentum stole on both sides as they sweep towards the gravel pit. Connor Barry having to run a slightly defensive line to cover Cody Winicki as well. So this is a very impressive drive as Swain clears Winkler. Third is officially his as he tries to go back-to-back to close the season out. Crystal King passes Tyson Miller a little bit further down through the playing field as Cody Winicki, fastest lap of the race, really impressing as Keaton Swain steals the purple time away.
Yeah, it's just incredible. They're the top fast speed there. You can tell he's just moving through that field. And I think it's affected Winkler a little bit. He's off the pace just a little bit. Before he was hounding Winicki. Now he's dropping off the pace as Swain has turned the heat up there. He is coming for Winicki and Barry at this point.
The math being made easy for us tonight in terms of the championship. But the World Finals presented by APV Simulator, November 19th, December 3rd, December 10th. As scheduled right now, there's 1 round in the Pro 2, 2 rounds in the Pro 4s. That might favor certain drivers in our 16-car field more than others. Barry very, very high there, up and almost out of the groove as Cody Winicki continues to just get closer and closer. We'll have 2 laps left to go at the end of this lap before the competition caution. But that's how Drake Mittag hit the inside wall by himself and then just collected by the oncoming field.
Yeah, that front end grabs it. It just takes you and squares you out. There's not much you can do at that point. As you can still a battle there right now with Connor Berry. Winicki's still right there, Swain. And you can see Winkler just a little bit off the pace there as Countryman tries to hunt him down. But Swain slowly stalking Cody Winicki.
Edmondson's up to 11th, although maybe at the expense of Nicholas Dachalet doing whatever he can to try and recover. Keaton Swain's having a look. Watch for him to back the car up in towards Cowboy Corner. Drives off very, very nicely and now will be left on the outside on the run to turn 5. Winicki with enough momentum to slot back into the queue in 2nd position, but Swain getting increasingly confident to try more and more. He's been a fan of this move to the inside of turn 6. Not quite working out this time on the entry. It's on the exit where the shorter distance seems to work a treat. But Winicki once again just impressing us, holding on, forcing Swain to get more and more aggressive with his approaches. Oh, a little bit almost of contact there. And now Connor Barry's got some clean air between him and the lead at the end of the competition caution.
Watch this move right here. Let's see when he comes around. You can see in that middle preferred line there, Winicki fills that low line there, takes it right away from Swain. Kind of loses momentum as a little contact coming out of that. And it is just insane there. Swain is using the track all over it, trying to find any way he can. Outside in, inside out.
Working down the back straightaway. Have really enjoyed watching the fight here. It's been intelligent, to say the least as well. They have worked each other hard. Keaton Swain gives a little bit of a shove there to Winicki. The elbow won't make him drop down behind Sean Winkler, but officially now in 2nd. And guess what? Connor Barry, watch the rear view mirror. Yes, you may hold the lead as we get ready to pack the field back up. But Keaton Swain's going to be on your tail and looking very, very aggressive now. Slightly different lines through various places, Dave, but looking quick.
Yeah, he tends to mix it up a little bit there. It looks like that slide job he did just last time coming out of Cowboys Corner is what he tried to set up earlier, just a lap prior, and couldn't keep that momentum up there, but he made it stick there. And this guy knows how to use the track, and like you said, he does well here at Crandon, and that is no lie.
Through the final corner, it is the championship leader who has now just got 6 laps left between him and a Pro 2 National Series to back up the Pro 4 National Series from earlier in 2025. There is Cody Winicki. Josh Edmondson's down in 11th, Drake Mittag down in 15th. This is not, Dave, how they wanted their season to come to an end.
No, not at all. In fact, Mittag actually lost a spot. He was running in 14th. Mickelson able to get by him. So you got to wonder if there's a little damage to his truck from that contact early on. I mean, these guys, it's insane to see just on that start, the contact that everybody had from the middle of the field back. So you got to wonder how that's affecting the trucks.
The field will get packed up once again. I'm not sure if we're going to get a chance to chat to Connor here. But presumptive leader and champion-elect has indeed slotted into the interviewed booth. Standing by with Dave.
Connor, what an incredible amount of pressure, I'm sure, on that start to get that whole shot.
Yeah, the goal was there to go out there and get a start, and I did that. Just trying to hold down the first place spot. My speed is horrible, so I don't know if I can stay in first, but I'm going to try.
Yeah, Swain's definitely turning it up there, but Edmondson back at 11th and Matag now in 15th. So it's got to give you a little bit of breathing room knowing you don't have to come out on top.
Yeah, for sure. Just try it there and, yeah, just try to bring it home, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you as we get this final race going. There's Drake right there. Little smack tacking going on.
And that's why you've got to love the fact that they are in the very same room. As much as Drake may be slightly frustrated with how the championship going, Davey's not letting it dampen his spirits.
No, man. Tell you what a great family the Matags are. I'll tell you, it's great. His brother, Doug, a great driver, but his dad, Chad, was one of the original UTV racers when we first started racing UTVs, and the first guy I ever watched do a triple on a motocross track in a Yamaha Rhino. Just insane to think about that. So the acorn didn't roll off far from the tree on those two boys.
And we saw a bit of the craziness in Drake just there, just a moment. Now, not many that would jump out of their sim rigs moments before they're ready to go for the final 6.5 laps of the season. We've still got, 3 World Final events to come, but that will just feature 16 trucks. Off and away we go. Barry gets a great launch and has left Keaton Swain somewhat looking in the rearview mirror slightly. As out through turn 6 they go. Josh Edmondson already up to 10th. He's had a great restart as he tries to recover whatever he can and put the pressure back on to his teammate at the front of the field. There he is on the inside, running up through the penultimate corner, and now trying to challenge Joey Herbie as well.
And you can see Edmondson has definitely got nothing to lose at this point here. He's got to throw everything he can at Herbie and every driver in front of him. There it is, the little tap there. You see Drapkin right in front of him there as he starts moving his way through the field here. And you see the back of the field just switching positions like crazy right now.
It's Austin Scheiber that's dropped to the very back. Drake Mittag is down in 17th. He got involved in something on the initial restart and has clawed back a couple of positions at the expense of others. Mickelson at the very tail end of the field is in danger of dropping out of playoff contention. Edmondson up to 8th position, front of the field. Through Cowboy Corner, it's still Barry that leads with Swain, Winnicki, Winkler, and then Countryman, the rest of the top 5. And Matthew Lindy, the driver, trying to take advantage at the expense of Dennis Mickelson and fight his way into the World Finals. He's doing just that in 6th position for the time being. But here comes the fight. Here comes the hunt. Keaton Swain playing with his prey right now, getting closer and closer to a move on the championship leader.
And I did notice Mickelson's into the pit there, so that is going to definitely favor the other driver at this point to try and get into that Sweet 16 point. But like you said, the hunter, Keaton Swain, Connor Berry, the scared rabbit, the prey at this point.
But look at the door left open by Swain. Winnicki not close enough to pull alongside, and maybe that is why Swain left it there, just trying to open up some opportunities through turn 2. Rotate the truck early and then pack yourself together and see how that leading group not really breaking away from anyone behind. Keaton Swain a great run out of turn 3, and Connor Barry is going to have to think about how defensive he wants to go. He'll try and cut back underneath. A great attempted defense, but Keaton Swain saw it coming, runs Barry narrow as they head off to turn 5 and looking for a second win of the day. It's a great move to take over the race lead from the Sim Coaches 21.
And I tell you, it's a great watching. It's like a ballet with these guys. It's kind of like you're watching drifting competitions when they mirror each other. Well, this is quite reminiscent of that with these two drivers. Very clean drivers, very smooth, keeping that contact to a minimum. And it's all about driving lines there and just creating new lines there. And it's crazy. You mentioned it, that middle line as he comes up here to Calamity Corner. How Swain doesn't usually hug down low. He stays that middle line, but he keeps the speed up. And I think with Connor Berry, though, he's going to keep a nose down just a little bit. Keep one tire just close enough where you can't squeeze and leave that door open.
you got to be aware of who's behind you. And not drive in the mirror by any means, but be aware. Barry a bit too aggressive through turn 2, checks him up, closes Winicki back in. As tumbling down the order now, it's Christian Noble after fighting his way through from the LCQs. He's fighting with Austin Schreiber, but that's all at the very tail end of the field. Very, very close up here at the front. Edmondson has found his fight through the field stalled out, so he is down in 7th position, 13 points off the championship leader right now. There comes the 58 swooping down through turn 5.
Yeah, you can see right now Edmondson trying to work on Lindy right now as we're watching him in that VR mode there. But I'm watching Winicki. Winicki is really changing some lines up here, trying to work on Connor Berry right now. And I think in their heads, okay, Connor's, he's sitting in a good spot. Can I get by Connor Berry? I think that's just accomplishment in itself.
That would be quite a way to sign off the National Series, heading off to the World Finals. It would also grab a couple of points away from Barry, moves him just that little bit closer to Edmondson. And Edmondson, realistically here, I mean, he's got 2.5 laps left to go. Next time by, there'll be 2 laps left. He's not really looking to get any higher than 5th, so that would be another 4 points in his direction. He is running a little bit short on time. Back out of Cowboy Corner as race control just reminding us that if Keaton drops back to 2nd and Connor wins this race, Connor would grab the tiebreaker, be the overall winner of the night. What a night it would be for Keaton to go back-to-back here tonight and sweep proceedings.
Yeah, it's just incredible. I think he just wants to shut us up. They can never say that about me again.
I mean, I don't blame
about
him.
The back-to-back win.
Well, if Keaton can hold on, there's a stat that, he's now gone about 40 minutes between wins that he'll be able to be very, very proud of.
Yes, that's right.
Who cares about the 1,000-day wait when the 40-minute wait was oh so sweet?
I agree 100% on that. Winicki dropping back just a little bit. Winkler's still right there with Winicki. Not far back, but these guys now are all equally spaced out there. Swain actually getting a little breathing room at this point.
Yep, he is looking stronger and stronger the deeper we get into this race. Clearly the worn track helping him out. Sean Winkler, another one, as ever, to sit in virtual reality. Sling it through Cowboy, as now he gets alongside of that 9. So the fight is on for that 3rd step of the podium to close out the night. 2 drivers that have very much stepped up in 2025, and I'm going to be very curious to see how they are able to show their speed in the World Finals. Sean Winkler is the 2nd highest driver who is locked in on points to the World Finals. Everyone else in front of him is either Josh Edmondson or has won a race so far this year. So that's a pretty impressive list that's in front of him. One more corner and then one more lap for Keaton Swain. But more importantly, for Connor Barry, all this pressure behind, he can drop behind a couple of machines and still hold on to the championship. But he never do that. He wants to hold on here at Crandon to 2nd.
Not in Connor's nature. He likes to win. I can tell you right now, he's still trying to hunt down Keaton Swain, even with the white flag out. But at this point, he knows he stays where he's at. Championships is no questions asked at that point.
And it's always difficult adapting to a rig that's not yours. Much like a truck that's not yours, you design it around you, you build it around you. Sean Winkler with an absolute worldie of a slide job gets his move done on Sean Winkler, but then off the corner, back up and under. Winicki holds on. That is very, very impressive on both sides from 2 drivers, again, who have impressed us this year. Connor Barry now, Dave, 2 corners away from going back-to-back in the Pro 4s first and then the Pro 2s.
Stories will be told about that young man right now, that's for sure. But I got to say, I am just impressed with Winicki and Winkler. Swain, not surprised. Barry, Not surprised. But the way Winkler and Winicki, even Thad Countryman's been driving a heck of a race too.
And Keaton Swain waits 40-odd minutes between victories, back-to-back at Crandon, but it's Connor Barry, a Pro 4 and now Pro 2 National Series champion here in 2025. It's been a stressful young night for the man sitting alongside of Drake Mittag, but the celebrations are only just beginning. We'll grab a chat with him. We'll grab a chat with Keaton Swain as well. And we will celebrate the year that has been, but the year that is still left to come, Dave. 3 World Final events, hopefully throwing Wheatland into the pile as well.
Yeah, it's just incredible. And if it can go, and I know that Champ Off Road is kicking off with Wheatland this year, so it'd be great for us to be able to do that if it actually happens.
So, Race Control just sending us some messages, and I'm keeping my eye on them, but Connor Barry's going to park it, and the celebrations will begin. Provisional championship margin, 13 points. The night started with 6 points covering 3 drivers, but consistency at the end of the day. A difficult start to race 1, but Connor Barry has earned this championship. There is no doubting that. Keaton Swain, 1.6 seconds to the good as Factory Sim Sports go back to back. Channel 199 Sim Racing then in second, with Barry grabbing the championship. And Cody Winicki really impressing. Sean Winkler as well, with Thad Countryman rounding out the top 5, Matthew Lindy, Josh Edmondson, Zachary Drapkin, and then Nicholas Dashley and Joey Herbie, the top 10. 11th for Rick Huseman, 12th for Cody Vanderveer, with Drake Mittag, unfortunately, buried down in 13th. Tyson Miller just behind him with Austin Schreiber, Robbie Swan, Adam McAfee, Crystal King, and Christian Noble all on the leading lap. Just Dennis Mickelson, unfortunately, 2 laps down for him, and unfortunately might just have missed out on the World Finals. There is our provisional points. Race Control might have a few things to be said here and there, but I'm not expecting much to change at the front, and so congratulations to Connor Barry, our Pro 2 National Series champion, who's standing by with Dave.
Connor, the Pro 4 championship, now the Pro 2. You got to be elated on that one. No audio.
So, here we go.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm pumped, able to get that done. It honestly was scary out there. My speed was horrible. And I knew that second race I had to go out there and beat Josh, and I pulled out a good start, so I'm pumped on that. Then Swain got by me, which was good because he was faster, so just was able to stay in second, and we got it done.
Were you feeling the pressure from Winicki back there? Was it things going through your head going, don't make a mistake, don't let him take me out?
Like, honestly, I was mainly just focused on Josh. I saw that he was in 7th, so I wasn't too scared about that. If I was fall back to say around like 5th, I would still be fine. So I was just trying to be smart out there. And considering how I started off tonight, I'm pumped to be able to come out with a 3rd in this race and 1st. So yeah.
So how's that your confidence now going into the World Finals?
The same. The World Finals, I think, is going to be fun, and I would say my confidence is definitely is for sure the same. Just gotta find some more speed in Pro 2, and the Pro 4. I'm pretty good in that one, so it should be fun. Just gotta be smart and smooth in that one, and just go out there and try to win sport.
So did Drake just drop off to get you go out and get you the Martinelli's sparkling cider there? So I'm just from off there.
Yeah, he had definitely a rough night, so I'm bummed about that one, but yeah.
Well, congratulations. I know you got some people to thank on this one.
For sure. I want to give a big thanks to my teammates. Josh was out there and he got, I think, like 2nd, so that's sick. A big thanks to Drake as well. and Arjuna and you. And we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Whoop, whoop. Congratulations, Connor Berry, our Pro 2 champion.
And going back-to-back tonight, it's not a 1,000-day wait. Instead, it's a 40-minute wait for Keaton Swain. That must feel pretty good, Keaton, huh?
Yeah, we're rare form tonight. Feels good to finally put a night together. Top qualifier and then 2 wins. So yeah, we'll definitely take that. Like you said, we don't have to wait too long before counting in between the wins.
And now locked into the World Finals already coming into the night. How are you feeling? We'll have 1 round in the Pro 2, 2 rounds in the Pro 4s. And maybe Wheatland is what we're hoping for. It's going to be a lot of fun as we get underway in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of hoping we can somehow get Wheatland into the series there. I think it'll really level the playing field, make it very interesting for everyone. So I'm kind of hoping for that. But other than that, yeah, it would be just the regular deal. Just try to put some laps in and, hope for the best. Hope, get some luck going our way there for those 3 races.
And before we let you go, who do you have to thank?
I got to thank everyone at Sim Coaches helping out, everyone on my team, Factory Sim Sport. Obviously, everyone that helps put Connor's league on. And yeah, congrats to Connor as well. He ran a good series there, so congrats to him and Josh and Drake for keeping it interesting there. So yeah, just everyone that helps out, appreciate it.
Great night for Cody Winicki. Double podium for him, I think. He's standing by with Dave.
Cody Winicki, what an incredible run you had. I got to say, so impressed. I mean, what have you done different to really climb up? It seemed like you struggled at the beginning, but all of a sudden it's like something just clicked.
I don't know. The boys over at Racecraft Impact, we working on tunes, and we got the trucks pretty dialed tonight, and it was just a blast to be out there up front again.
And the battle you had, I know, with Josh Edmondson early on, and then, of course, in the second race here with Connor, and, of course, Keaton. That was just an incredible battle between the 2 of you, or 3 of you, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nowhere close in the points, so I was just trying to keep it clean, playing it real nice with them. Could have been aggressive and went for a win if we were in the points, but didn't want to ruin anyone's night. I'm just impressed with my performance tonight on back-to-back podiums.
Well, I got to say, very impressed myself with you right now. I got to say that watching a driver accelerate to another level of driving was very impressive, and kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for doing this broadcast, you and Arjuna, Impact Sim Sports, Players Racing, Racecraft, Works Graphics, my fiance, my whole family for watching tonight's race. And you guys have a good night, and we'll see you 2 weeks.
Congratulations, Cody Winicki, coming across the line there in third. Impressed.
And last but not least, let's grab a chat with Josh Edmondson. Josh, championship unfortunately unraveled through the opening corner of that second main event. Talk us through it.
Yep, just Crandon things, that land rush start is crazy and sometimes it gets you, and yeah, unfortunately just got me that time. I went back and watched it, and it's just, everybody's fighting for position, and it just, bouncing off of each other, and not much we could have done. So yeah, it was a tough way to end the season for sure.
Well, season's over, but year's not done. World Finals still coming up in a couple of weeks. How are you looking forward to that?
I haven't looked at the schedule yet. I don't know. I know we're mixing up Pro 2s and Pro 4s. I hope it's 2 Pro 2 races and 1 Pro 4. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm sorry to break it to you.
Other way around.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm looking forward to it. Should be an action-packed last little mini championship there for all the marbles. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it and hopefully come out on top in that one.
Well, Josh, unfortunately, championship didn't go your way tonight, but what a great fight. What a great spirit from you. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for those World Finals.
Yeah, appreciate it. Just got a shout out to you guys putting on the broadcast and everybody that helps with the league. This has been a lot of fun all season. And then shout out the team, Channel 199 Sim Racing, Pimax VR, Racecraft, and Track Racer.
Thanks, Josh, for another incredible Pro 2 and indeed another incredible short course National Series season. Dave, a fun year to say the least, but 3 weeks, or rather 3 more events left in front of us before we close the year out.
Yeah, it was incredible watching the Pro 4s, the Pro 2 championships. Again, a big congratulations to Connor Berry. You know, it was an impressive year for that young man right there, and I can't wait till the World Finals come, man. This is going to be incredible. 2 Pro 4 races and a Pro 2. Anyone's game right now.
2 weeks, it's all upon us here on RaceSpotTV on the iRacing short course channels. For Hugo Luis behind the scenes, for Dave Arnold alongside myself, Arjuna Kankipati. Congrats to Connor Barry, 2-time champ in 2025. And can he now seal the deal and win the World Finals? We'll find out in a few weeks' time.